Hey everyone, today I want to share with you my Thriftbooks haul. And I also will throw in some books I bought from Amazon with my Mother's Day money. Stay tuned. All right, so hi, welcome to Book Talks with Miss Thomas. I'm Miss Thomas. If you are new and you like to hear about books, please subscribe. This particular video is a Philippians 4 Thriftbooks haul. So, and if you're returning, I'm sorry. If you're returning, welcome back. We love to have you return for sure. This particular video is, let me take these off. I'm outside. It's so nice to finally be outside. It's been a rainy day. We had a great big storm, which is cool because I'm reading a book called Rain, Rain. I'll review that in another video. But then we had this big storm and it was cooled everything off, and so you can hear the birds, and I feel like the light is just perfect right now. And anyway, I want to tell you about my Philippians 4 haul. This particular haul is for my Philippians 4 project, and that is my project that I've started where I want to create a list of over 100 books that are wholesome and lovely. They don't have to be fluffy, they can be heavy, but they can't have anything that's in opposition with the Bible. And so I want to create a list of 100 or more engaging books that are appropriate for the young adult Christian reader. And then I want to give that to my son's school library with a check for $500 so that they can buy some more books for their library, and hopefully books that will appeal to younger Christian readers. So let's hop into the haul, shall we? First, let me start with my Amazon money. I got an Amazon gift card. I didn't spend all of my Amazon money. I got 2 gift cards, so I spent the first gift card. And I think it's Melanie Kirby. In the comments of one of her videos, I told her about my project a little bit and said, can you recommend some books? And she recommended, I think she just recommended authors, and I did a little research, and so I got Alienation, part of the C.H.A.O.S trilogy. Thank you, Melanie, if you are watching this. And also I won a book from her channel. She had like a giveaway, and I put a comment that I was interested in a book, and she's going to send that to me. And I wanted to let you know, if you're interested in sending books for the Philippians 4 project, I have purchased a post office box, so I'll put that in the comments, in the description box, so that if you want to send books you can, but obviously no pressure. I noticed, for what it's worth, that the school has a box of books that were donated. It doesn't do any good if they haven't been read. They still have to be vetted, if you will. They have to be read by someone, and someone has to say, oh yeah, there's nothing objectionable. So I would read them if you send them to me and donate them to the school if they are appropriate. And I guess if they're not appropriate, I could give them to Goodwill. You know, we have a couple of Goodwills in my area. So anyway, Melanie recommended John Lewis, the C.H.A.O.S series, and so I got this one, Alienation. I think it's the second book though. I didn't get the first one, and that seems to be a pattern with me too. Later you'll see somewhere in here I have Terri Blackstock, I think her name is. I got her second book, not her first one. So I don't know. I must have just gone by what was on sale. And this one I got The Last Thing I Remember by Andrew Klavan. I think this is a Christian author. I could be mistaken, but I thought, because maybe there's more than one Andrew Klavan, I'm not sure. But I looked up this author and bought this book. The last thing he can remember was he was a normal high school kid, working on his homework, practicing karate, with a pretty girl's number on his hand. And how long ago was that? Because where is he now, and who is he really? More to the point, how is he going to get out of this room alive? So that's all I know. Let me know in the comments below if this is in fact a Christian book, and if you think you would recommend it to the young adult reader. I was trying to appeal to the male, so both of these I'm hoping will appeal to the teenage boy reader. And then I also ordered this one. I can't remember if Oshina recommended this on her channel, or book lover Amanda recommended this, or maybe Katie at Paperbacks and Ponytails, but somebody recommended this. I'm leaning toward Amanda, but somebody said it was really good, and so I ordered it, and I am going to read that soon. All right, so those are the ones that I bought from Amazon. Now let's move into Thriftbooks. This one, Becky Wade. I've been hearing from a lot of booktubers about Becky Wade. This one's called My Stubborn Heart by Becky Wade. It says it's the she's the author. I guess not this book, but Becky Wade is the author of a 2018 Christie Award Book of the Year. So that's encouraging. I don't know why I keep coming across romance books. That's not really my favorite genre, but there are a lot of people saying Becky Wade's a really good Christian author, and so I purchased it. I'm going to read it. It says, Kate Donovan is burned out on work, worn down by her dating relationships, and in need of adventure. Aren't we all? I've been married 20 plus years and I need adventure. When her grandmother asked Kate to accompany her to Pennsylvania, well, that's not far from where I live, to restore the grand old house she grew up in, she jumps at the chance. So that must be why I got it, because I love the idea of improving a home, and you know, I love the generations you can get from books. I was close with my grandmother, so I remember when Jordache jeans came out and my grandma took me to buy a pair. Not my parents, my grandma. My parents would have bought me a pair too though, but I just have happy memories of my grandma. Former hockey player Matt Giroux, I don't know. He has spent years hiding from people and from God and the heartbreak of his past, confident that he's signing up for a straightforward construction job and nothing more. He agrees to help Kate and her grandmother renovate the house. So, My Stubborn Heart by Becky Wade, clearly looking like a romance, but still, we shall see. I love the renovation and the grandma aspect of the book, so we shall see. I don't have here with me because I already put them in my work bag, but just for what it's worth, I've also ordered 2 MegaWords books for my, I'm a reading specialist and I'm working with a dyslexic who is, you know, very bright, and it's hard to find tools for dyslexia at the high school level that aren't insulting. And so MegaWords is a resource that's been recommended to me with, you know, multisyllabic words and activities at decoding multisyllabic words. So I ordered 2 MegaWords books, and those are in my book bag for work, but that was also in this haul. Okay, so this was quite a big haul from Thriftbooks. This one is called Right Where I Belong. I know nothing about it, but I love the ocean. If you've watched my channel at all, I film at the ocean. I go to the beach whenever I can. And I just saw the ocean on the cover and I bought it. It says, after watching her father jump from one marriage to the next, Natalie has completely written off love. And when her father divorces his 3rd wife, the only one who has been a mother to her, Natalie is ready to write him off too. Okay, I need my glasses. Sorry. I didn't want to put my glasses on because they're tinted, so it may look a little odd. I'm sorry. Needing a change of scenery, Natalie leaves her home in Spain and relocates with her stepmother to sun-soaked Florida. So that must have what got my attention. The idea that she's from Spain. I liked the idea of a different setting. The setting is Florida, but still I'm thinking she's going to reference Spain. She didn't realize just how far a new school, a new culture, and a new lifestyle would push her out of her comfort zone. One of her biggest surprises comes from Brian, a pastor's son with an adorable smile who loves God with a sincerity that astounds Natalia. Oh, it's Natalia. She doesn't want to fall for him, but she can't seem to avoid him long enough to get him out of her mind. So here we are. Another romance. But I did like the idea of someone relocating. I like the aspect that she came from Spain and came here to Florida. And also the idea, a new lifestyle and moving out of her comfort zone, that definitely would have gotten my attention because if you heard me talk about why I even started BookTube, I'm all about, especially as a teacher, trying to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, you know, within appropriate boundaries. But so that must have been what got my attention because, like I say, I ordered these from Thriftbooks over a week ago, and it's always fun to shop. But now they're here, and so I'm going through them. All right, let's see. They came in 3 different bags. So it's called an unboxing, but it was actually 3 bags from Thriftbooks and 1 bag from Amazon. See the little Amazon smile. Okay, this one is called Sisters by Lisa Wingate. And I don't know anything about it. I think there must be quite a few books about sisters, the Sea Glass Sisters, the Tidewater Sisters, and the Sandcastle Sisters. Oh, maybe it's 3 different stories. I think this is 3 different stories about sisters. So, and they all seem to be different stories about different sisters. They're not even the same group of sisters. So that appealed to me. Now, I've been dying to talk about this. I have not yet read anything by Terri Blackstock, but seeing as mystery is my favorite genre, and I did do a video where I talked about Carrie Stuart Parks. I loved the 2 books of hers that I read. I think there's probably another one in here from her because she really has become my new favorite. But from what I've read, Terri Blackstock is supposed to be a really good mystery writer as well. So I had to check out one of her videos. Her search for the predator has made her the prey. The murder of Krista Carmichael's 14-year-old sister has shaken her faith and made her question God's protection. Desperate to find the killer, she creates an online... There's a thing in the way, but she creates something online to bait the predator. But when the stalker turns his sights on her, will Krista be able to control the outcome? So sounds like there might be a little bit of romance in here too, because then it says Ryan Atkins started the social network Grapevine in his college dorm and has grown into a billion-dollar corporation, but he never expected it to become a stalking ground for online predators. One of them lives in his town and has killed 2 girls and attacked a third. When Ryan meets Krista, the murders become more than a news story to him, and everything is on the line. Joining forces, Ryan and Krista set out to stop the killer. But when hunters pursue a hunter, the tables can easily turn, and only God can protect them. So we shall see, Mrs. Blackstock. Please don't disappoint me, because I love a good Christian mystery. Can you compete with Carrie Stuart Parks? Let's hope so. Okay, because I love Carrie Stuart Parks. Okay, so, who, by the way, can I just say, she subscribed to my channel. So of course I'm going to say I love her. No, I really did love her books. And it said after her books, I read Relative Silence and Fragments of Fear. And it said about the author, it said, please feel free to email me. And so I just emailed her and said, hey, I'm going to make a video about your books. And she subscribed and commented. So you can see for yourself on the Carrie Stuart Parks video, if you'd like. Speak of the author herself, just a freak coincidence, I swear. I reached in the bag and here's her book. I saw this at Thriftbooks, and you know, I think I got online the day she subscribed to my channel, and I was so thrilled that I got online and I bought all these books, but I had to buy one of her books. And so this one is called Woman in Shadow. And it says, a woman off the grid, Darby Graham, thinks she's on a much needed vacation in remote Idaho to relax. But before she even arrives at the ranch, an earthquake strikes. The barn on the edge of town is engulfed in flames, and strange problems at the ranch begin to escalate, and Darby finds herself immersed in a chilling mystery. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it because I loved her other 2 books. There's only 2 more because, like I say, the MegaWords, I think they're called MegaWords, those are work related and they're in my work bag. This one, I just love me some coffee. I drink coffee like all day long, all the time. When I used to teach, like in the 90s, I would always ask students, questions the first week of school, and then I would tell them they can ask me any questions. And they would say, do you do drugs? And I would say, because I'm a high school teacher, and I would say, yes, coffee, but only coffee. But it is a drug, especially if you drink it as excessively as I do. And my doctor has told me, I have been told, stop drinking so much coffee. But anyway, I saw this book, Solid Grounds Coffee Company, the Solid Grounds Coffee Company. And I just saw the coffee mug and you had me at coffee. So, I bought this. I know nothing about it except there are coffee beans somehow involved. Let's see. Annalyn Sanchez can handle long hours and arrogant clients that come with her job as a crisis management associate at Denver's largest publicity firm. The high-powered job, expensive condo, and designer wardrobe are all part of her plan to prove to her family that her life choices haven't been in vain. But when she's asked to cover up a client's misdeeds with serious moral and legal ramifications, she can no longer sacrifice her conscience for her career, and the cost is no less than her job. Ever since a devastating climbing accident in South America 8 months ago and a bad decision that dried up his sponsorships, professional rock climber Brian Shaw has found himself at similar loose ends. When the opportunity to buy a farm in Colombia arises, he jumps on it, only to discover his wandering ways have left him utterly unprepared to run a business. Okay, so it looks like this one's going to have a little bit more romance, which I'm getting kind of tired of romance, but I love the idea of 2 people trying to venture out on their own, start their own business. And I think what probably got my attention was the moral dilemma, the decision to leave a job because of the moral compromise that was asked. And that I think is important. And I'm betting that there's going to be some good spiritual content in here on what I consider a pretty difficult subject. We want to be salt and light, but when do we, draw that line in the sand? How do we know when to draw the line in the sand? I mean, there are obvious answers, but sometimes the answers aren't so clear and you have to rely on the Holy Spirit. So anyway, I got this book for that reason. My pile's getting kind of big here. Last book. Okay, Colleen Coble. I did just listen to an audio, a Colleen Coble audio, and I enjoyed it very much. And so I bought this before I listened to the audio. So thankfully, the audio is not the same as 2 Reasons to Run by Colleen Coble. I will say she's brand new to me. I just finished her, the first book I'd ever heard of. Colleen Coble. It was audio, and so I wanted to read a paper one, but the audio that I listened to was really good. I'll do a different video on that, but it was really good, and I thought the spiritual content was fantastic. That was definitely, I thought, a strong point for this author, Colleen Coble. I can't remember the name of it. Even if I tried to tell you the name of it, I can't remember the name of it, and you'll have to stay tuned for my video anyway. But although that video might post before this video. So, but I thought that there was, speaking of the idea of the moral dilemma and how do you know when to be salt and light, and how do you know when to be quiet. That does come up in the Colleen Coble book that I just finished. And so I appreciated that. But anyway, this one, 2 Reasons to Run. Police Chief Jane Hardy, a woman police chief, that sounds good already, is still reeling from the scandal that rocked her small town department just as she took over for her retired father, the man who wrecked her life with one little lie. Now she's finally been reunited with her presumed dead 15-year-old son, Will, and his father, a documentarian, Reed Dixon. Okay, this one sounds really good too. Reunion with child that she thought she lost, and family drama, plus probably a mystery of some sort. The crisis looms when a murder aboard the oil platform Zeus exposes an environmental terrorist plot to flood Mobile Bay with crude oil. Jane and Reed must put their feelings for each other behind them and work together to prevent the rig from being sabotaged. But the killer targets her son. So, I think I'm really going to like this one. Don't know if it would be appropriate for younger readers, though. That's a hard line, so I'll have to read it and see for myself. So anyway, those are my books. Those are my Philippians 4 books. I believe they're all Philippians 4. Let me know in the comments below if you don't think that they are appropriate, if you've read them. I haven't read them yet, but if you don't think they're appropriate for the younger Christian reader. I'm thinking the library is K through 12. I was going to ask the librarian if she could do like a section for high school students only. I don't know though, it's not my library, it's just a thought, because I am finding books that I think are really enjoyable, and I see a lot of my high school students reading books that are, marketed as books for adults. And so, I mean, if it's a Christian book, even though it's marketed for an adult, I don't see why not, unless there's something in opposition with the Bible. So those are my books. If you know about any of them, you've read them, please feel free to tell me in the comments. And if you can recommend any books for my Philippians 4 project, please recommend them. I'd be very interested. And, if you're still here, thank you so much for listening. Please know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made and that you matter. Bye for now.